Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is That Geeky Gal and my name is Gracie. Today I have this cauldron for you for day number 6 of 12 days of Harry Potter Christmas. This ornament is technically not an ornament, but you can use it as an ornament. So the cauldron has always been an important element of the Harry Potter series. It's one of the first things you actually need in your supply list to go to Hogwarts. We saw it one of the first times being used in the Chamber of Secrets when Hermione was making her Polyjuice potion, and one of my favorite scenes of all time is when they're trying to make Draught of the Living Death and she can't get it. I am such a Hermione, and if I wasn't able to get it on my first try either, I'd be furious. But anyways, let's get our stuff ready and let's get started. Links will always be down in the description box below. You're gonna need a candle jar. I got this at the Dollar Tree. An LED push light, also from the Dollar Tree. Some black paint. White paint. You will need a green Expo marker. Some clear tape. Some pipe cleaners. A paintbrush. A little bit of Mod Podge. Some fluff or polyfill. And glue gun and glue stick. Okay, so I got this jar at the dollar store, and what you really want to do is you just want to go ahead and take out the wax. This was pretty easy to take out. Once I saw this jar at the store, I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the perfect cauldron shape. So make sure you go ahead and clean out your cauldron, and we're going to take our pipe cleaners, and we're going to go ahead and form the handles on the side of the jar. So they both will be the same shape, and it's pretty much like a circular shape. And you add a bit of glue that down, and then you add the other part. So make sure that's nice and secure. And with my finger, I'm just going to go ahead and measure that out to make sure it's right on the other side. And again, glue the second part down onto the candle jar. Alrighty, so now with another pipe cleaner, I'm going to go ahead and make a rim on the edge of the jar, just to give it more of a cauldron shape. Same thing with some hot glue. I'm gluing it to the side of the jar. It doesn't have to be on the very edge part of the jar. And all you're going to do is just go ahead and little by little put some hot glue and glue down your pipe cleaner. And it doesn't matter what color the pipe cleaner is, because we are going to color paint on top of that. Okay, so here's my jar. Now I'm just going to give my jar a nice base coat of black. You don't have to paint the inside of your jar, just go ahead and paint the outside. It's a little bit hard to do crafts, you guys, on camera, but here's my jar, all nice and painted. So it's not completely perfectly painted, but that's okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of Mod Podge, and I'm just going to add it to the rim of where I added the pipe cleaner, just because I don't want that to be sticking out like fluffily. And if you push down with the Mod Podge and you kind of shape it, it'll flatten out. Alright, so the next step is going to be to obviously make our cauldron look more like a cauldron. So I'm going to make 2 different shades of dark gray and a light gray. So my bottom one is going to be my darker gray, and my top one's going to be a little bit of my lighter gray. And the way you do this is you just go ahead and mix black and white paint together. If you need a little bit more black, you add a little bit more black. And it's kind of hard to tell on the camera. I am close to like my window, but they are 2 different shades of gray. And with the sponge, I'm just going to go ahead and dab with the light gray first all over my cauldron. Make sure to get the sides where we added the pipe cleaners to, that way none of that green shows through. And with this, you really want to do like a sponge stippling motion. You really don't want to rub this in at all. You want to have that little bubbly effect, because cauldrons aren't entirely smooth. They have a little bit of a texture to them. And then once you have your light gray, you go ahead and dab a little bit of the darker gray. If you need to add some black to it, you can always add black to it to give it more texture. Alright, while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my LED light. It's a push one, so when you push it, it'll turn on. what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my Expo marker to turn my light green. The reason I'm using green is because I want to make a green potion. Now, because it is a push light, if I touch the Expo marker, it'll rub off. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of clear tape, sorry, and I'm gonna put that on top of my LED light. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some more marker just to make sure it's nice and dark, and a little bit of tape. Now you have to be careful with the tape. The tape can get stuck to the edges and it won't let you, push your button on and off. Just make sure and you can use like a little knife or X-Acto knife to get rid of that, the little edges that get stuck in there. Okay, so here is my cauldron and here's my lamp. I'm gonna go ahead and stick my lamp in. I thought it wasn't gonna fit at first, guys, but it actually fit. I just had to turn it sideways. And now I'm gonna grab a little bit of polyfill. You can add as much or as little, and you don't have to add hot glue because we want to make sure we can always replace our batteries in our LED. And this is what it looks like, you guys. This is what it looks like lit up underneath my Harry Potter tree. The cauldron looks amazing. I can put it either on the bottom of my tree and I can leave it year round if I wanted to also. Or the best thing about this ornament is that you can also stick it in a bigger tree. I didn't put any twine on it, but that's okay. It works the same way, just sticking it on into your tree. I hope you enjoyed this and you really liked doing this craft with me. Please subscribe to my channel, it really helps. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill, you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.